Good evening, and if you're just tuning in, you are listening live to the Angel Rock on 105.3 and 107.7 out of New Orleans, Louisiana, and I am your host, Lorilei Potvin. I am a Canadian spiritual medium, crystal Reiki energy healer, Akashic Records practitioner, spiritual teacher and mentor, and registered nurse. I'm also the co-host of a second show here on the network called The Thing at the Foot of the Bed on Thursdays with my amazing co-host, David Hansel, and that's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And thank you. I saw y'all in the comments, and of course, my computer decided, it needs to be restarted. Never fails. So I'm running around like crazy. I'm glad I could be here. I'm glad to see y'all here waiting. I'm going to get to the comments in just a second. Just a few little housekeeping things. First of all, if you like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe. There's something for everybody on this network. It's been around for over 25 years. We stream multiple shows daily. And when we're not streaming, the archive server is streaming. It just picks randomly shows over the last 25 years and plays those. And we've got all kinds of new hosts coming. So we've got some really great content, great shows coming up. There's, like I say, something for everybody. The network also has its own TV channel on Roku. I don't stream the Angel Rock there. I usually stream David and I's show, The Thing at the Foot of the Bed. So if you want to find that, you sign into your Roku account. And then you're going to the channel store. You're going to look up UFO Space P as in paranormal. There's a drop-down list. We're about the third or fourth one down. It's UFO Space Paranormal and United Public Radio. Now, if you'd like to join in the comments, as I understand it, 80% of our listening audience is audio only. So if you want to join in, we'd love to have you here. As you guys probably know, and ladies too. I just say guys to encompass everybody. But where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, if you want to join us, head over to Facebook. You can go to United Public. Actually, I think it's UFO Space Paranormal and United Public Radio on Facebook and YouTube. I'm streaming to my Facebook profile, which is public. You can see it there, and it is Lorilei Potvin. I'm also streaming to my YouTube channel, which is the Angel Rock with Lorilei Potvin. We're streaming, I believe, to one of my groups, which is Paranormal University. We're streaming to Canada's Most Haunted. And just to remind people, because we get people sometimes popping in at the last minute, or Facebook is the worst for this lately. It shows that we're live, even if I'm not live. But say you want to watch the replay, or maybe you're driving, you want something to listen to. We are carried anywhere where podcasts and talk radio is carried. So iHeartRadio, we've got iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, Podbean, SoundCloud, just a few to list. But I have found our shows on some of the most obscure apps that you would never, ever think. I remember I was doing a guest spot over in Scotland. I had Dr. Rima on a few weeks ago. That's where she streams out of. And I had another friend who was on holidays over there, and she asked me to take care of her show for 2 weeks, which was such an honor. And they've kind of structured it a little bit differently so that it's uncensored over there, but it's a little bit difficult to find. So that's how I found us on this very obscure app. And I realized, holy cow, we really do stream everywhere. So you can always find the replays there. So no worries. There's also always video replays on YouTube, Facebook. You can find us. So no worries if you're not able to make it live. So, if you've never been on Facebook, a lot of people have been heading over to YouTube. I don't blame them. Sorry, Facebook, not that we don't like you. It's just that it makes it difficult because you'll come up as a Facebook user sometimes. If that happens, I'll highlight you in the left-hand lower corner of the screen just to let you know you have a couple choices. You can put your name after your comment if you like. You can choose to stay anonymous, or you can... Oh, I'll get to that in a minute, Mish. I see your comment. And then the other one is you can go to StreamYard.com. You sign up quickly for a free account. Don't forget to confirm it in the email that you used. And then you can just give them permission to use your name and your face. But people have done that. They still come up as Facebook user. YouTube doesn't do that to you. And as y'all know, I like to give a few of my favorite YouTube channels a shout out. am a fan. What a thing to say, a fan, but I follow. How about this? True crime and many paranormal channels. So, two of my favorite true crime channels. I love that they center on the families and the victims of these horrific crimes. There's no drama, and they stick only to facts. So, we're talking about Surviving the Survivor with Joel Waldman. And the other one is Gisela Kay. She's from South Africa. She broadcasts out of the Netherlands. And the work both these two do is just incredible, incredible. Great group of people over there. Please check it out. I've mentioned the Ellen Greenberg case. Her family needs a lot of help. You can also check out gavinfish.com if you want to get caught up, because believe me, your voice matters, your eyes matter on some of these cases. The other one is in Delphi. There's some crazy stuff going on. I don't want to call it conspiracy theorists, but holy cow, let me tell you. And it's a very sad case of two little girls, 13 and 14, out for a walk on, I believe, Valentine's Day 7 years ago in this tiny little town of Delphi. And they lost their lives very brutally and tragically. And then no breaks in the case, nothing at all these crazy little things that kept showing up over the last 5 years. All of a sudden they had a suspect. Now there's a lot of crazy stuff going on with that case, including the defense lawyers have offered to be the suspect's lawyers still, pro bono. And the judge involved has said no. I guess she still wants to charge the members, or I guess members, of Delphi, city members, to pay for lawyers. And let me tell you, there's Odinism involved and a lot of crazy stuff. So just two cases. Also love to give my three favorite paranormal channels shout out. You guys know I always mention these guys, the Foreman brothers on Paranormal Nightmare. They release a live video. Well, not live, it's pre-recorded. And then what they do is they're in the comments live watching it. That's Friday nights. I believe they usually release it around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we have Colin Brown and his family on the Paranormal Files. The amount of work that young man does, holy cow, almost puts out a 3-hour documentary every week. And I believe he's got his uploading day is Wednesday evenings. And then on Sundays, they got Twin Paranormal. They claim they are the only identical twins that do paranormal. And I like to promote people that are up and coming, because youth are our future. So check those guys out. Okay, we're going to read some of these comments here. And yeah, as you guys know, I'm trying to do a little bit more, few more shows together, just sort of hanging out with all of you and talking about what you guys want to talk about and getting into that. I find when I have a guest, I try to highlight your comments or say hello, but we have a guest on here because we want to hear what they have to say. So we don't always get to talk about what we want to talk about. So I'm going to go all the way up to the beginning. So we got Z-Sun Dragon, which is Kevin. Kevin, I don't think we've read all your stories, so I think I'm going to read one of those tonight. I don't see Dem Rogers here. I haven't seen her around a little bit lately, so I hope she's okay. Sending out lots of love to her. She sent us 2 great stories. We read one on Thursday, and I believe I think it was our Halloween show too, both on the thing at the foot of the bed. So we got a couple of your stories, I think, still to read, Kevin. Then we got Michelle. She's over in Australia. And Kevin, I know where's the Sun Dragon. He says, let me see, it's supposed to snow overnight, but doubt it will be much or stay, LOL. Yeah, speaking of snow. Speaking of snow, Halloween was beautiful. There's always a good chance. I live in Canada as well. I've talked about it many times, kind of smack dab in the middle of Canada, northwestern Ontario. You got to come through my city, Thunder Bay, if you're going from the west to the east or the east to the west and you're driving. Or even if you want to go to southern Ontario and you don't want to go around the lakes through the US side, you come through my city. And it is snowing. I can't believe this. We had the time change here. I guess it was 2 a.m. Sunday. So yesterday, I always think of it as Saturday night, but after midnight, it's Sunday. And sure enough, started with some wet rain. I had to go run out and get groceries before the show. It was starting to turn into freezing rain. The snow is actually staying on the ground. I was just asking my partner, Adele, I said, "Are we supposed to get snow?" And he said, "Not that I know of." And I said, "Well, let's hope it doesn't stay." But we are into November, so you never know. And Mish says, that's where the comment I had, one of them I'd seen. She says, "Oh, wow, never seen snow. It's heating up to 37 degrees Celsius on this Friday." Eek. Yes, because you guys are in summer when we're in winter. And it gets at least that warm here. If not, we have this summer. Actually, I should backtrack. In the wintertime, usually around January, sometimes around Christmas, we can, with the wind chill, get down as low as -50 to -55. I don't live in the Arctic. I'm only 35 minutes away, actually, from the U.S. Sorry, my mouth's not working. U.S. Border, Minnesota, actually, and about 6.5, 7 hours north of Minneapolis, Minnesota. May not have heard of that. Maybe you've heard of Prince. That's where he hailed from, the music artist. Anyways, yeah, we can get that low, and there's really no difference between Celsius and Fahrenheit after, I believe it's -40. So, and in the summertime, Celsius, we can go up to, I think the highest we went was about 42 to 45 degrees Celsius with the humidex. So we are all over the place here. And I know that Z Sun Dragon or Kevin lives out east. I have not been that far out east, believe it or not, but I'm sure you guys get some interesting weather out there being so close to the Atlantic Ocean. And then Mish asked, "Did you try the stuff that Dr. Rima was on here about?" I did not, because Christmas is coming, but I am going to be trying it. Believe me, I am going to be trying it. It probably will not happen until the end of January. I get usually a very big, not big, but bigger check at the end of that month. So that is when I will be trying it. I'll let you guys know all about it. And I think I trust Dr. Rima. So, and the science that's out there. Now, she didn't want me to show the videos that are out there, but you can look up that patch and watch some live. I mean, you're not going to see it live in front of your eyes, but it was filmed live with various people who have come. I think they hold like town meetings, if you will, in different cities, and they're filmed. And people that go there, they may not have a patch on, and then they'll put one on. So it's pretty interesting. So Kevin says, it's about 0 degrees now, was 4 degrees with the sun, minimal wind, which is nice for this time of year. 30 degrees and less in summer, can reach same thing, -20 to 30 midwinter, and you do get snow. He's in Campbellton, and I believe it's in New Brunswick, if I'm not mistaken. And we have Jonathan Keyworth. He says, "Hey, Lorilei." And then everybody's just saying hi to everybody. And then, yeah, I got another story actually, because Z-Sun or Kevin saying, "Awesome, love hearing them, Lorilei." About the story, somebody posted one in Paranormal University, the group chat, but kind of the ones that are in Messenger. So I may read that one tonight. Hi, Heather. She says, "Hello, Lorilei." And Michelle says, "It's going to be hotter than 37 in the coming months unless the sun goes out." Well, I certainly hope not. And Mish said, "Might need to do a rain manifestation for as soon as so I can shower with water shortages." Yeah, that can happen. Kevin says, "Yeah, about that time change. I was in chat on Facebook with a friend and watched it not change, but it did as everyone was saying so. So I was up all night as usual." Yeah, that happens with me as well, except for yesterday, and watched it not change, as I said. That's intriguing, because I can tell you, normally the spring time change is a difficult one because we spring ahead an hour. I'm telling you guys, all weekend, I don't know what it was, and I'm not sick, but I felt like I had the flu, completely achy. And yesterday, I could not wake up. Like, for me to nap, like, that's just crazy. And I'm talking like sleeping all day and most of the night. It was crazy. I didn't even want to get up this morning. I got up quite early. And then so Kevin's asking, oh, Michelle said, "Thanks. I'm very interested." And that was the stuff about Dr. Rima. I'll let you know for sure, Michelle. Hi, Mark Foster. Welcome. Glad to see you here. So Kevin's asking, did I time loop? And they said, "But crazy as it sounds, for me, it never happened. It was supposed to gain an hour." I agree. But let's start there. We've got Ruth Kleber here. Hey, Lorilei and chat peeps. Welcome. Glad to have you here because I discovered this lady. Okay, so when stuff shows up in my field and it shows up numerous times, it's there for a reason, right? Sorry, just checking what I got here on my phone right now. Anyways, I can't, do you think I could remember her name? Give me one sec because I'm going to find it in one of my chat messages here because I shared it with, I told you guys that I meet with two very close friends and we get together, like we'll have a meeting tomorrow. And I just felt like it was really important with the stuff I'm getting dictation here as I'm speaking. I got a message. I'm going to share the show with them so they can take a look too. They had asked and they don't usually watch the show. Anyways, it came up and it started talking about dimensions and portals and light and vibration. This lady that was speaking, and I was like, holy cow, that is crazy. And I thought, that's what we've been talking about. That's what we've been receiving from spirit. So when you ask if you were in a time loop or what happened, I don't know, but I'm just going to ask you this, and I'm sure you're going to give me an affirmative answer, Kevin, and probably most of y'all out there, that if something weird is going to happen, it happens to one of us, like without fail. I don't know. Oh, here I am right here. Holy cow. Right on the beginning of my Facebook page. Sorry, I'm going to share this with this lady here first. Usually when I have somebody else talking, like if I've got Dave talking, I can do all this stuff. I get a multitask while my mouth is working. I want to find this though, because it was really interesting and I can never remember this lady's name. So the other thing I'm going to throw out there, I am not a follower of this musician in any way, shape, or form. Before I get to that, I found her name. Her name is Marina, M as in Mark, A, R as in Richard, I, N as in Nancy, A. Her last name is Jacoby, J as in James, A, C as in Catherine, O, B as in Bob, I. This lady came up on my feed. I guess she was interviewed on Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie. And it came up, first thing I did when I opened TikTok, I was looking for some scary videos. I think this was last week, Thursday, actually, or Friday. And I wasn't even going to watch it because you get a lot of people talking about this stuff, but a lot of times they don't make much sense. Mark Foster says, don't involve me in this. LOL. Not quite sure what you're talking about, but okay. Oh, I see something about squirrels. We'll get to that in a sec. Anyways, I started listening to her, and what sort of piqued my attention is she says she channels ET. Actually, I have an ET video. I don't know if it's a UFO type video. I may share that tonight too, that I took outside my house the other night in the middle of it was dark. And I sent it to my co-host, David Hansel, see what he thought. And he's not too sure either. So I'll share it with you all and you guys can decide. Anyways, with Marina Jacoby, very interesting. She channels, but she's not like a typical channeler who will either go into a trance or their voice will really change or something will change and nothing changes. But it was quite intriguing. And she was explaining, because if you go to her website, marinajacoby.com, she's actually got podcasts that are like classes. Now it's deep, I'll tell you that, because once you start talking about portals and timelines and vibration and light and dimensions, and you got to be in the right frame of mind to absorb it. But she was trying to explain how, well, that's kind of what I talk about a lot too, how powerful we really are as human beings that we've never been told. And she started talking about portals and how to access portals. It was pretty intriguing. Okay, there was something else. You guys are going to have to remind me my yapping. What else I said I was going to tell you about? Let me go back. I may remember because I said I was going to tell you about Marina Jacoby and I was going to show you something else. And I got yapping and lost my my train of thought here. Hang on. I'm going to go through here. So we got Heather says the weather has been dark and dreary. I don't want to get out of bed either. I hear ya. That's what Mark was saying. The squirrels in my backyard are out of control since Saturday. Really? Do tell. I want to hear about that because the animals, whether it's paranormal, whatever it may be, I always ask people if I'm, they're maybe reaching out for some help or whatever that may be. And I asked them, do you have animals or small children? But animals, I think, are one of our best barometers about what is going on energy wise, anything to that effect. So let's see. So Kevin says, yeah, it gets dark at 5:30 now with the time change. Obviously happened contrary to my watching it not change. Well, and then Mark says, M as in Mark. Okay. If that I said something about a Mark. I know I did. Oh, M as in Mark. I did. So I was spelling her name, Marina Jacoby. You love timeline talk and such. I know there was something else, you guys, if you were listening. I said I was just about to go to it, and then I said Marina Jacoby. There was something else. I'll have to, it's probably going to come up as I'm talking here. You guys remember, remind me, because I was going to say something else besides Marina Jacoby. I might have to go back a little bit. We're talking about timelines. I'm trying to think. I do have a video. You guys have heard me shout her out. I absolutely adore her. Carrie Lynn Shellhorn. She has Spirit Switchboard here on UPRN on Fridays from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And David and I do this all the time. We don't usually send spooky videos. We send funny videos, like cat videos or weird videos. I knew what it was. Buffy St. Marie. I'm going to tell you about myself. Anyways, Carrie Lynn sent me pretty freaky paranormal video. Like blew my mind. I'm going to play it tonight. Okay, so I was never a fan of Buffy St. Marie. I think she's a folk singer. I always thought she was Canadian, First Nation singer. She received the Order of Canada last year. She apparently just made a stamp to commemorate her. I never knew much about her because she was kind of back in the day with like Joni Mitchell and the 60s and whatever, right? So I came because, like I said, I was kind of laying around last night, which isn't usual for me. I walked in and my partner Dell was watching this video, and I go, what are you watching?" He goes, "Did you know Buffy St. Marie, that they're kind of uncovering the truth about her?" And I go, "The truth about her?" I go, "Isn't she Canadian?" And I guess what her story is, she claimed to be Cree First Nations, Indian, and she said she was ripped out of her First Nations family and adopted by another family in Massachusetts. Okay. And I did not know that she'd grown up in the US. And we have a couple investigative reporting shows from the Canadian Broadcasting Company, or CBC, here in Canada. And I guess the fifth, I think it's called the fifth, is the fifth dimension, the fifth estate. Sorry. Got so much going in my head trying to remember what I'm going to say, what I'm going to pull up, and what have you. They just released 9 days ago a deep investigative report. And I guess these are not my words. I'm not being disrespectful, but I guess there's something by the name it's known of as pretendian, people pretending in all over the world, but especially in North America, pretending to be First Nations, and they're not. Apparently, she wasn't born in Canada. They pulled her birth certificate, they pulled everything. Her family has now come out of the woodwork to claim all this. But I thought, yeah, what are you guys going to do about all this stuff now? Like the First Order of Canada, that's like one of the highest awards you can ever win as a Canadian. And then on top of it, they made a stamp just recently to commemorate her and all this stuff. So if you get a chance, it's on YouTube. It's under the Fifth Estate YouTube channel. It's not that long. It's about 35, 40 minutes. Check it out. Pretty interesting, to say the least. Kevin says, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Lorilei said, oh, you don't even want to be inside my head. You think I talk a lot? My brain is going 100 miles a minute. No, I do not have ADD or ADHD, even though there's nothing wrong with that. And then I'm hearing spirit on top of that. So you wonder why I lose my train of thought. So I'm going to show you guys that. I'm going to upload the YouTube video. Let's go back a little bit here. So we've got, I think it's Kevin. Is it Kevin that said? Wait, let me scroll up a bit. Oh, so Kevin says, like I mentioned this, I think already, loves timeline talk and such. So do I, but you can get pretty deep and you can lose a lot of people. And after a while, my own head is spinning when you start trying to think about timelines and the past, present, and future all happening at the same time. Then you throw portals in, and then you throw energy and vibration and light and all this stuff in there. It can get pretty heavy. And he said, I love minimal brightness, though. I welcome the dark, contrary to working with light. Interesting. And then he says, Carrie Lynn's video sounds interesting. So she didn't take it. She just found it on YouTube. So I was so glad, or not YouTube, sorry, TikTok. So I did download it. I've got Messenger all uploaded. The only thing I didn't do, you guys, give me a sec. I got to send this to myself. I'm going to put it out here. I'm not saying it's necessarily paranormal. Okay. But this video, what I caught was, let me see if I can find it. There it is. What I caught was out of the corner of my eye, and it was dark, and I was outside for a fresh air break, we'll call it. And all of a sudden I noticed this faint blinking, and I look, and it was barely discernible with the naked eye. Like, it picked up better on the camera than you could see with your eye. And then I blew it up, and there was no sound. There was nothing at all. I'll have to check and see what time it was. I got a bunch of devices here because I don't want the audio going off while I'm, because we're going to get a bunch of squelching and no, go away. Now this phone's deciding it's going to send me a warning of something. God knows what. Okay, let me see what time I did this. It was, give me a sec. Oh, yeah, I guess it was 9:32 p.m. That's before the time change. So it wasn't super dark, but it was certainly intriguing. Let me send this other one to myself too to make sure that I've got it. And because the one that Carrie Lynn sent, or like that she just sent me, that was really interesting too. So please don't. Hopefully oh, good. I was going to say, please don't play yet. I'll send them to me. They're easier than if I go to the website and try and play them. So Mark says, I've always been referred to as the squirrel whisperer. Oh, I love squirrels. I love animals. My partner really dislikes them. And I go, how could you dislike squirrels? He calls them rats with furry tails. I've had pet rats before too. So I know there's a difference between them and wild, but I digress. Anyways, he says, I was referred to as the squirrel whisperer, but today was interesting. I mimicked their chatter through my back window, and like 10 to 15 showed up almost instantly. Please tell me you filmed that. I would love to see that. He says they all sat in front of this particular window, and my cat Mika, or is it Micah? Mika or Micah, couldn't have been happier. Oh, I hope you filmed it. I'd love to share it if you'd be open to it. And then he says, anyways, they were all there. And when I stopped, and he put in brackets, not even caring about the wide-eyed black cat beside me, they just sat there, looked at each other, and went their separate ways. So weird. Speaking of black cats, I never do this. So I thought I'm going to bring some resin pieces I've been working on. You guys know I love resin. Wait till you see this. Speaking of black cats, hopefully you can see it. Let me turn off that light a little bit. Can you guys, this is not doing it justice. It looks like stained glass. I'm making a whole bunch of these pieces. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to turn this into a Christmas ornament or a keychain. It's green, believe me. This is the other problem I'm having with uploading these things, is to get them to you guys to see. Sorry, it's backwards, but it's all stained glass in behind. And then it's, I use kind of a teal emerald green. You can see all the sparkle in it. So it'll look really cool. As I drop it on my computer, it'll look really cool on a Christmas tree, I think. So I may make it into an ornament. But I brought some pieces up if we have time to show you guys. And then Kevin says, I knew you would say that. And Julie Bassett, hey, welcome. She says, hi, Lorilei and everyone. Julie's been on the Angel Rock a couple times. She's a shamanic practitioner and an animal communicator. And she has a course going on in December, y'all. So you may want to check it out. I'm taking it. I can't wait for it. And then Kevin also adds, oh, yeah, dimensions and portals. Love it, but it gets heavy at times. But usually I am fascinated. Yes, that's how I am too. I have a couple friends, Leanne, who Julie knows. That's how I met Julie, was from my close friend, Leanne. For years, her and I get into talking about dimensions and portals and things like that. And we just get really deep into it. But like I said, after a while, it makes your head spin. You love that the cat was happy, Kevin says. And Julie Bassett, because like I said, Mark, she's an animal communicator. She goes, "Aw, I love it, Mark." And thank you, Julie. She said it's beautiful. And Kevin says, "Love that black light catcher or black cat catcher." Yeah, I have a whole bunch. I actually ordered them. I think it was from Temu, but all the stuff comes from China. But they come in all different shapes. They're all black cats, but these gorgeous, gorgeous stained glass almost behind them, like cathedral windows and different shapes. Hello, Howie. I was wondering if you were popping in. Nice to see you. Did I freeze on you, Julie? I hope that let me know if I froze, if I didn't. I think I'm back. And Heather said, I don't know if you hit enter before, it just says SQ. So let's play Long Weekend. Sorry. You don't have to be sorry. I'm just glad that you're here. Hang on. So we're going to play this. Let's play. Let's see what one's uploaded first. We'll see. I'm still here. I think I still show up for y'all just because I look like I'm dark on my side. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to open this one. Hang on. This is the one Carrie. Okay, I'll bring it. Oh, it's pretty close to the beginning, but hang on. Okay, got to set all this stuff up as I'm sharing. So I was so glad Carrie Lynn sent this to me. This is a freaky video. Apparently, from what I can read on the screen, it sounds like somebody is filming their neighbor's house, their garage, and the neighbors are not there. They are away on holiday. Nobody is in the house whatsoever. But the neighbors end up calling the police after seeing this, and there was nobody in the house. Wait till you see this. So hang on. We'll share. No, we don't want downloads. We want Facebook. So hang on. Share. Okay, let me go back here. We'll bring it up. Hopefully it won't. Sometimes I don't know why. I have a computer that is 4 times faster than the one I had before. Much more memory. I don't know with the snow or what. Hopefully it won't slow things down a bit, but we're going to add it here. So what I'll do is I'll start playing it, and then I'm going to make it bigger. Wait, Heather says, my squirrels give me the buggy eyes and give me shit for not feeding them. And then before I play this, Kevin says I had a stained glass hanging light catcher. Wonder what portal that slipped into. I haven't seen it for years. Yeah, don't you hate when that happens? Okay, so get ready for this one, you guys. I'm going to blow it up as soon as I play. Watch in the windows. Hi, Nicole Thomas Ryan. Okay, so watch in the windows. Hopefully you can see it. Yep. So lights going on, off and on. Nobody is there. So the neighbor's filming this, and then it's going to show this to the police. And they did call the police. He'll slow it down for you towards the end of this. So you can see even he's going to blow it up. That's hard to see, but he'll blow that up for you. Okay, watch now. The lights are going off and on. I thought maybe he had sped up the video, but this is in real time. Yeah, a head running back and forth. I have to move that down a little bit for you guys. There. Okay. I want to make sure you can see. Like, what the heck? You see that in the far right corner? Hang on, I'm going to slow this down now. Sorry, this is the channel. It's called Nightmare Fuel. Anybody that's listening and wants to see this clip, this is called, the channel on TikTok is called Nightmare Fuel. So you guys get to see all my messages there. So Howie says, amazing capture. Hang on. Could be residual. I do not, I'm not sure what that means. Do not recall residual energy. Sorry, I do not recall residual affecting energy. That is awesome. Mark Foster says electrical issue the family wasn't aware of. I'm not getting paranormal from this. So sorry, Lorilei. Okay, so Mark, I want to hear, how do you explain that then? This family is on vacation. Nobody is in the house. Nobody. There's a head moving back and forth, back and forth. There's a shadow peering out from the side. They called the police, the neighbors. The police gained entry into the house to make sure that there was nobody in the house. It hadn't been broken into. There was nobody there. So where is that shadow, that head that's going back and forth very quickly, and from the side of the far right hand side of the window, there's a shadow. There's not a face or anything you can see. There's something kind of peeking out and it peeks back in. So I would love to hear what your explanation is. And I don't mean that facetiously or sarcastically. You have a lot of questions. Yep. And you should have a lot of questions always. I mean, we can't just say, yeah, this is paranormal because someone posted it and they said no one's home and no one's this. I get you. I totally get what you're saying. I have a lot of questions too. I'd like to ask this person, when did you take it? Talk to the family. Were you home? Is there a police report? I mean, there's a lot of questions that could be asked and do need to. But my point is, for taking it at the person's word right now, just taking it for word, like that whatever that was moving pretty darn quick. Now again, in this day and age with video, anything could be done. So I have questions too. And Howie says, yes, agreed. However, yes, taking the person's words. And again, there's nothing wrong with being a skeptic. I think we need to have a healthy dose of skepticism in this world. We do, right? There's a lot of questions we need to ask, but taking it at face value and taking it at the person's word, it still doesn't explain to me how that head was moving back and forth like that. And the lights were going off and on, off and on. So I'm going to say there was something. And if we look at the definition of paranormal, it means basically something that can't necessarily be explained or that we would see in everyday life. And I know I'm oversimplifying it. I don't have Webster's dictionary out, but it was very odd. And it was odd enough for, if we take the guy's word that he decided to film it, and being a good neighbor called the police, certainly intriguing. But again, so Mark Foster says shadows, TikTok and originator of the video are all very shady. However, could there be Halloween decorations in the garage where the electrical anomaly could be at fault? I don't know of any Halloween decorations that could move that quickly. But then again, I'm not aware of every Halloween decoration. Exactly. Paranormal, yes, because it's not explained. So I just shared it. You guys can make up your own mind. I'm not telling you what to think or not think. For me, that would pique my curiosity if somebody contacted me with a video like that, as many of us that work in this field do get people that contact us with video or things they've taken in their own home. I have some crazy videos, even locally, people have sent me here, and I still have a lot of questions, a lot of questions. So, and Howie says, really fast for human reaction speed. It has interesting characteristics. I agree. I agree. I thought it was a cool video. Like, I mean, I appreciate that. She was thinking of me. She sent it to me. She knew I would find it intriguing. And without, like, if David was here, David would be saying probably a lot along the lines of what you're saying, Mark. And that's okay, because I think we do have to have a healthy dose of skepticism. I will tell you, in my mind, I am a firm believer that the truth will always reveal itself, always. And if this is a crazy video that was just posted, it'll probably go viral. And when it does, we usually find out what the truth is, almost always, almost always. So, well, again, this video I'm going to share that I took. I'm not going to say that it's paranormal or it's a UFO. Well, David actually said, because I sent it to Dave first. And the reason why I sent it to my co host, Dave, because he is a skeptic. And I knew he would come up with something if he had thought that it was just a plane or whatever it was. And he actually said, Laura, I think we could put this in the UFO category because it's unidentified. Something flying in the sky that's unidentified. So we're not saying it's aliens. We're not saying it's whatever. And Mark Foster said Slapped Ham should have it on a compilation soon. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Once upon a time ago, I used to watch Slapped Ham. And I got to say this, I love Nuke's Top 5, and I understand while you're telling a story, you got to fill the video with something and put some B-roll in there. But when there's more B-roll than the actual footage, it gets a little difficult to watch. Mind you, I have seen a few things from Slapped Ham lately, and he's been a little better about it. But I'm noticing even Nuke's Top 5, he's putting a lot of B-roll in there, and right. So, Mark says I'm saying it's aliens. Whatever it is. So I'm going to show you guys this one. Hang on, I got to find it. This is the one I took. I think it was it Friday night? Hang on. And I will tell you, my own partner, even after everything we've lived in our previous home, is one of the biggest skeptics I have ever met. I always say to him, you never believe it unless it happens to you. And I do say that to him because he's always got an answer. Always, always. And like I say, we do need a healthy dose of skepticism. So I'm just being a smart aleck with him. And Kirby's 100. Hello, vampires or undead corpses. Do you think they have? Are we back on this again? Are we back on this again? Okay? I'm going to highlight this comment before we go any further because we had quite the discussion about vampires with. I think it was with my guest, Marla Ventura, last week. And Kirby's 100 is convinced that vampires have bad breath. And we were getting into the discussion, if you weren't there, about, I said, the way I believe, if there is such a thing as a vampire, that they are extremely alluring to a human being. Like from the legend and lore we see, depending on what you read, though, or what you watch, right? They're usually extremely attractive or very beautiful. Very handsome. They apparently, everything about them is very alluring because we would be their prey. So you believe they have bad breath. So Heather says, before I get to this video, lots of miners, especially open pit miners, have a lot of UFO sighting stories. No doubt at all. And then I know David and I did one show about Tommy knockers. He had never heard of them before. And it was interesting because miners see and hear a lot of stuff. And then Julie gave us another. We got to consider all these things because we just don't have enough information on the last video. Julie says possibly kids playing with a remote controlled helicopter or droid. Just thinking out loud. Now, are you thinking about the video I'm talking about, Julie, that I'm going to show? Is that what you're talking about? Kevin says anything can have good or bad breath. If you eat people, you probably do. Why don't they eat you, right? They're supposed to bite you for your blood, a vampire. Okay, let's get into this video. I will tell you right now, Julie, I am going to say good explanation, but this thing was so high up in the sky, like it was far too high for even a plane. Because at first Dave said helicopter. I said, first of all, we would have heard noise with a helicopter. Second of all, no, this was way too high up for a helicopter. The other thing was, though, and David had a good point. I think I shared it with somebody else too. I'm trying to remember who I shared it with. And they almost said word for word the same thing. Who knows, right, with what our governments have. Who knows? Maybe it's that. We'll see. We'll try playing it. I'm going to have to blow it up probably. And I'm sorry for the crappy. I just thought of it at the last. I should film this. So it's not great footage, guys. But hang on. I'll try and pull it down for you. Okay, it's really hard to see.
November 3rd. I blew this up. Could be a plane, but it's kind of going up and down in weird colors.
Let's see if you
Whatever
guys
the
can
heck
see
this
this
thing
even.
is.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
Now, I think it's about 9:30 Eastern Standard Time.
I don't even know if you, I don't think, yeah,
What
you
is
can
that
kind of see it.
thing?
That's how small this thing was.
That is
And
weird.
I
I gotta
blew
stand
it
up now
up.
because it's going behind the house. Okay, let's see where she goes.
You're going to hear Dell come outside. He doesn't say anything. He couldn't even see what I was talking about.
It's really barely perceptible with the naked eye. I caught it out of the corner of my eye.
I don't even think I can see it on there. I'll see if I can make it bigger. Oh, it's small, you guys. Small. I'll see if I can
barely see that with my eyes. It's that small. Holy cow. Not sure what that is.
Sorry. I'll try. I'll play it one more time, you guys, and you'll see.
November 3rd. I blew this up. Could be a plane, but it's kind of going up and down. Weird.
Yeah, Nicole, it's blinking. It is so small. I'll try and move it for you guys because I'm trying to move it so you can see it and blow it up.
Eastern Standard Time. What is that thing?
Does not want to give me here.
That is weird. I gotta stand up now because it's going behind the
Okay,
house.
wait when I stand up.
Okay, let's see where she goes.
Let me see. Where did you go? Okay, there it is.
It's really barely perceptible with the naked eye. I caught it out of the corner of my eye, and I've blown it up hugely. Hugely. Wow.
And it was going kind of up and down, and then you couldn't see it.
It's that small. Holy cow. Not sure what that is.
Okay, sorry. It might have got interrupted. I restarted it. So it was so tiny. The only reason I saw it, because when I came outside, I noticed something flashing. Like I said, to stare at it head on, you could barely see it. I could see it better with the camera, and you had to light it up. And then when there was a bit of black, like it wasn't there. And then it came back, then it kind of looked like it was going kind of up and down. And like Heather, you said, could be military and exercise, military flares. You said you've seen those in Afghanistan. Yeah, but it's really hard to give reference. Like, I don't know if you guys could see the corner of the roof. Like, I am telling you, this thing was so high up in the sky, like super high up, like way higher than, like, if it was a plane, it would be going straight, right? Or it could turn, but it would sort of be following a trajectory. This thing was not following a trajectory. It was kind of just like all over. So I don't know what it was. And yeah, Kevin, exactly what you said. I see it. It seems to be moving in an odd pattern. And it was like it would blink, and then through the camera, it didn't really pick it up too much with the lens, but I could see it when I was filming it. It looked like it was going from white, and then there would look like a bit of green sort of hue, and then everything would be gone. Then it would sort of be higher up, and it would be red. Then it would go to green, white. Then it's sort of yellow. Like, it was all over. It was up and down, and then it was sort of, then it would disappear, then you see it over here. Like, it was acting very oddly. I don't know what it was. So I thought, hey, I'll share it with y'all and see what you guys think. I don't know. I have no clue what it was. I filmed lots of weird stuff in the sky, because think of it, most of us don't think to be sitting out there and looking at the sky. Well, maybe we do in this forum that we're in, but most people don't look up in the sky. And when I was out there, like I say, the only reason I noticed it, I wouldn't even have seen it, except that I noticed something was flashing out of the, like, far corner of my eye, and that's what made me look. So Kevin says, yeah, I can tell it's very high and moving in and out and reappearing in unexpected places, not just moving forward. Thank you for that explanation. That is exactly what I was trying to say. Exactly. Thank you. Kevin says, I always look up. I know after I said that, I went, I bet you most of us probably do look up. I have some other video. There was one time I shot some video, and again, I shared it with Dave and a few other people, and then we shared it on the thing at the foot of the bed. Now, I'm not saying this is alien. I'm not saying it's UFO. Well, it is UFO. It's an unidentified flying object. I don't know what it is, though. I don't know if it's ET. It could be government, could be anything. The only reason why I don't think it was a flare and I don't think it was a drone, because it was so high up there. There was no sound whatsoever, because it might have been, I was talking a lot over the video, but towards the end, my partner comes out and you hear the door shut. He lights his lighter, was out for a smoke. And then I stopped the video because he was out there, because I knew he was going to start talking. He was going to say, what are you looking at? Why are you filming stuff? So I told him, and he's got way better eyesight than I do at nighttime. He couldn't see what I was looking at. So I don't know what it was. I'm not sure who this is. So Facebook user, feel free to leave your name if you want, or you can go to streamyard.com, or you can stay anonymous. And I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. Hey, how are you, beautiful? I have an idea who this is, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm not sure what it was, but like I say, I like to share just unusual videos. I know who it is. I know exactly who this is, Kelly Hopkins, because it came up on my phone for me, and my phone's still open. I had a few other strange videos on here, but I know what I wanted to do. Kevin, I still have some of your stories that you sent to me. So I think we're going to read one of those, if that's okay. If you guys have something else you want to ask about, anybody's got anything strange or weird or unusual, feel free to. Most of you know, I think pretty well, follow me on Facebook. You can certainly send me it on Messenger. Let me find you on here, Kevin, because I know we read some of your stories, but not all of them. Now, what one did I read? Let me see. Okay, we read the burnt cookies. I don't think I read the rekindled fire story, so I'm going to read that. Hi, Kelly. How are you? I saw you because I noticed I had my phone open and I seen Kelly. I'm fine, thank you. How are you? So happy to have you here. Okay, here is a story you may share. It is called Rekindled Fire, and it's from Z Sun Dragon or Kevin. And it says, some years ago, up country from my little town, Campbellton, New Brunswick, in Glencoe, a friend and I decided to go up Walker Road and stopped at the first overpass bridge. This back road was without streetlights, so we were carrying flashlights. Off to the side of the road on the top of the bridge, we started a small fire so we could enjoy a few cold ones, I'll say, from our backpack. Below the bridge was running brook water. So after the fire was almost out, we kicked the branches down to the water below to be sure the fire was out and that we did not leave any mess on the side of the road. So after we were sure all the debris of what was left of the branches was kicked below, we proceeded to walk away. Once about 10 feet away, we seen the fire had reignited somehow. So I went back and yelled out to my friend, it's all fresh branches again. I proceeded to kick everything to the water below again, and something supernatural was occurring for sure. As the branches hit the water, they seemed to vanish into thin air as the fire sizzled into the water. So how did that fire that was completely out reignite like that with all new branches back up on the road? I don't know, but my friend said I was crazy to go back and kick it all down against whatever force had put it back up. I also walked backwards for a bit to be sure it was not going to happen again, and held my hand up and said to that, and he put in quotation marks, force to stop. My friend was running down the road at this point, so I ran to catch up to him. We looked back at the dark road behind us. No sign of any more fire was on that bridge. That's kind of crazy. Now, what I want to ask you, when you keep saying new branches too, Kevin, was it also like it was a little bit like, was it green branches or was it really dried branches you were using or what? Because that's pretty crazy. And Kelly says, I'm good. I do have several pictures of spirit, but it's hard to see, but I do have them. Well, we need ones we can see, or if you got a spooky story. I do have another one from Christine I'm going to read you, but I think we've got one more we didn't read here, Kevin. That is a crazy story. So you have to tell me so I can. Once again, every time I'm on here lately, itchy nose. Isn't I supposed to kiss a fool? You guys said that's what my mom used to say. Be nice if you had an itchy nose if you were going to win money. There it is again, because I'm thinking about it. That was the worst too, being a nurse. You get without fail, and it has to be psychological. Whenever I'd have to get completely sterile, like if I went into like the NICU, we'd have to go into delivery, especially if it's a C-section or something. Now, of course, the baby's not going to stay sterile, but you have to be sterile. Or if you're doing a dressing, or one floor I worked on, we did everything. And so you'd go in, like we'd have burns, we'd have people with chemo, we'd have, isolation units, whatever. You'd have to completely get gowned, gloved, whatever, masked, right, to go do it. And without fail, as soon as I get my sterile gloves on, I'd have an itchy nose without fail. And I used to tell myself, this is all psychological. It has to be psychological, because it never failed until maybe it was the mask. I don't know. But without fail, if my gloves were sterile, not that I'd be rubbing my nose anyways if I was giving a patient care, but my whole point is it always happened. It still does, because I fix up my family and know my hands aren't sterile, but I'm washing my hands, just old habit. Well, we should anyways if you're treating somebody's boo-boo, as I call it, right? And I still get an itchy nose. Hang on, I gotta grab a quick drink. This is my Halloween cup. Oh, we can't see it with my light. I forgot to use it for Halloween last week. So I figure, we're still celebrating. It's Dia de los Muertos, or was Day of the Dead, right? And within the Latina or Latino community, and many of the South American countries, right? Samhain still, if you celebrate. There's lots of different reasons why we can still celebrate Halloween. I got some amazing, amazing discounts on Halloween pieces. I like Nightmare Before Christmas because it does double duty, right? Halloween and Christmas. And I was picking up groceries at Walmart, and they said Halloween stuff 50% off. And you got to love Spirit sometimes. And Spirit said, go check the price. And I kid you not, I got an animated, completely standing up Jack Skellington. I think they were $30 regular, and I got them for $6. Brand new. I got a whole bunch of pieces for next year. So Kevin says, before I read your other story, he says, dry branches gathered from near the brook in the wooded area and similar or same as the type of branches that reappeared while we were walking away. And the fire was as fresh and full as we had had it. Okay, thank you for the awesome cup. Thank you. You also say, so I got to ask you, is that area notorious for that type of activity where you were, Kevin? Or with the water, we know water can give a lot of energy to portals or things that are unexplained or anything paranormal and if there's ley lines underneath or whatever it may be. My whole city, and I've said this many times, has crazy paranormal activity. And it's not just spooky, dark stuff. It's not just ET, UFO. We've had many cryptid stories. We pretty well run the gamut. And I've spoken to a few people that really work within the paranormal that have been through here, like Michelle DeRoche. She's been on Canada's Most Haunted. I didn't know her, but when we were on the Travel Channel's Paranormal Survivor, she was one of the intuitive paranormal experts that commented on our episode and did many of the episodes. But there's been a few other people like her I've spoken to over the years that have, like I said, if you're in Canada and you're traveling east to west, you're going to come through our city. And without fail, anybody that I've talked to like that has said, I don't know what it is about your city, but it is mad crazy paranormal activity in the city. So Nicole says, and then I'm going to read your other story here, and then one from Christine. Nicole says, being a pre-K teacher, I wear gloves to serve meals. As soon as I put the gloves on, my face itches. You too? I wonder what it is. Like, and it can't be like powder in the gloves or something, because it doesn't matter what kind. I mean, sterile gloves, of course, they're going to be one way. But even just gloves, like you said, putting gloves on, they could be plastic. There's no powder. And yeah, I think it must be something psychological. I don't know. But thanks for sharing that. And Kevin says, best time to shop after Halloween. Yes, I've been teaching my son-in-law to be that because he's very creative. And he'll come over and say, "Oh, I like that thing you've got, or that thing, or that thing." And I always tell him, and don't get me wrong, he's a smart shopper and smart cookie himself, but I always say to him, that's the time to shop for these things at the end of the season or right after. And then you just build up your, as we call it in the crafting world, your stash. And then Kevin says, "Oh, yes, I have many a tale about Walker Road." And he says, "Tales that I have lived, by the way. All my stories are actual events that truly did occur, by the way." Oh, I believe you. Like I say, unless something's really obvious that somebody's telling me or I'm seeing, and don't get me wrong, I do try to debunk things, but I truly do believe that the truth always reveals itself. Eventually, it may take some time, but it will reveal itself, and it does. Because I don't think everybody or anything can keep up that much of a lie eventually. And maybe it's that saying I've shared with you guys many times, that spirit's given me what we perceive becomes what we believe, and it becomes our reality. So I believe the truth will reveal itself, and so it is, right? Just my thoughts. Okay, so this is another one of Kevin's stories. Blood at the Inn. I don't think I read this one. Did I read that? I don't think I read this one, Kevin. Okay. In the early 90s, I was working as a night auditor at the Comfort Inn. I had about 4 hours of work involving reorganization, defragging, and backup of computer file duties, and little else to do in an 8-hour shift. Every couple of hours, I would do a walk through the downstairs and upstairs stairs levels to be sure no rented rooms were being too loud and such. During one of my runs, I suddenly froze at the foot of the door landing, and he's got a forward slash exit area. Between the two doors, the floor was covered in what looked like a pool of blood. I had no idea what had happened, but my first thought was to clean it up. So I bolted back to the desk area, got out the mop and bucket. I started to the laundry room on the way back to fill my bucket with water from the janitor's sink in there. But altogether, I had not been gone from the scene for more than 5 minutes. When I got back to the doorway at the end of the hall, the floor was now spotless, not a drop of blood in sight. Now, there was no way that it could have been cleaned up that quickly, and by whom? I had so many questions and was so blown away by this. So at the end of my shift, the assistant manager arrived to replace me. I mentioned to her what had happened, and she exclaimed, "Are you serious? The same thing in the same back entranceway happened to me when I used to work the night shift." I felt a little less crazy, but never did get what that could have been caused by, other than something supernatural and creepy. I guess some things are better left unexplained. That is creepy. Hi, Kathy Henley Little. Nice to see you here. And Mark Foster says, "Hey, sorry, I got sidetracked. Don't tell me those squirrels are back at your window." You guys, before I go any further, hang on. I should do this every hour and I forget. And because I get so busy yapping here, get all excited talking about things I love talking about. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to The Angel Rock, and I'm your host, Lorilei Potvin, and you're listening on 105.3 and 107.7 out of the beautiful city of New Orleans, Louisiana. Don't forget, too, that our network does have a TV channel on Roku. Many of the shows there are broadcasting on the Roku channel. The Angel Rock isn't, but we do broadcast the thing at the foot of the bed on Thursday nights there. And there's lots of great content and great shows. So if you want to find it, you sign into your Roku account. You're going to go to the channel store. You're going to look for UFO space P as in paranormal. There's a drop down list, and we're about the third or fourth down. And what you're looking for is UFO space paranormal and United Public Radio. I think I remembered everything. And then Mark says, "I'm just scared that those squirrels want my nuts because I'm crazy." Oh, okay. We'll leave it at that. Let's hope not, Mark. Keep your windows locked. So Kelly, I got your message. Just give me a minute. We're just going to finish up with this story from Kevin. I think I did read this one on the thing at the foot of the bed, but I had so many questions. So, Kevin, so this happened to the assistant manager and it happened to you. Did it happen just the one time or did it happen many times or like it doesn't matter. Once was enough, but I'm just wondering because it did happen to your assistant manager when they were on night shift, if that might have happened. One of the craziest things when I was in university to become a nurse, and nothing crazy happened to me, but your imagination gets the best of you. I used to work in a nursing home as a non-registered nursing assistant while I was going to school. And we had like orderlies for the men's side, and then I think we were called registered nursing assistants, or we had healthcare aides and what this many years ago. And so we didn't have that many men that were orderlies, so a lot of us women had to do it. And I just hated when I was an orderly on the men's side because you were expected to go take this honking big circular thing with a key in it, and you had to walk the whole building upstairs, downstairs, and into the creepy basement and take the key and turn it so they knew you'd been down there to check security. Mind you, I didn't know what I know about the paranormal now, so thank God. But let me tell you, used to just beg if there was anybody else on nights, please come with me, please. I don't want to walk down there alone. And then Kevin says, because Dave had asked if these stories were actual events, is why I mentioned it. Okay, I'm not sure who Dave. Oh, David. Oh, David. Okay, co-host David. David read it. Yeah, just one time in the 6 years I worked there. So guessing it may have been a lineup of time frame, moon, whatnot that triggered some past things that may have occurred on the land. I don't know. Whatever that, like I said, once was enough. And then Mark has said, Cable, I come on as a guest to, or can I come on as a guest to talk about ghost spirits, Bigfoot, UAPs, UFOs, interdimensional phenomena, etc. So you're asking if you can come on here sometime to be a guest? You know what? Send me your bio and send me all that stuff and any previous shows you've been on before, and then we can talk. Because I do get a lot of people asking me if they can come on the show. And yeah, I just want to know a little bit more about you and what you do. And so I won't give a hard yes or no, but you've got me interested. So send me some of that stuff, please, on Facebook Messenger, and then we can talk. So Kelly sent me something. What did you send me? Okay, hang on. I'm reading what you just sent me. Hang on. Okay, give me a sec while I'm reading this. My Black Phoenix came out during a fire at my house. Wow. Now that's a cool picture, but I don't think they'll be able to see it, Kelly. This is crazy. So okay, so Kelly says this is over the funeral home in Kitchener, Ontario. And I remember when Kelly had this. So we'll see if we can try. I'm just sending it to myself to upload it. So give me a sec. Yeah, this one will be hard to see too. And I have a face. Kelly's got a face over top of her head. I have a picture in my phone from my old house. I used to get lots of pictures that were taken and I never took them. And there was one in particular, I always looked at it on my phone, but I never thought anything of it. And then I was sending it to somebody. This was years ago, but I sent it on the computer. I just about fell off my chair because in the upper top corner, there is an actual face, and like not a pareidolia face. You can see this face. It is creepy as all get out. It is like, ugh. And it was like, how did I not see this thing before? And I never took the picture. And Kevin said, and then Mark says, awesome, I shall do that. Awesome. And then Kevin says, thanks for sharing the stories. And Lorilei and I say, thank you for sending them in. Hang on, Kelly. Oh, yes, the face in the door. Hopefully people, okay, but you know what people are going to do, Kelly? They're going to say, there's no way there was a face in the door. Okay, young boy. She's saying there's a young boy in her. Yeah, these ones, Kelly, I love them. There's a figure outside the door at a friend's house. Just let me look. Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna be sending that one. Oh, I get goosebumps. Oh, that is creepy. Now I can see the young boy and your upstairs closet, but I'm going to tell you, they will not be able to see it, Kelly. So I'm going to show them. Thank you for sending these. I'm going to show a couple of these. So give me a sec. I'm going to send them to myself. I want to get to Christine's story too, because she sent in a story to share. So hang on. And don't get me wrong, Kelly, I know about these. There's the face in the door story I've told on here before, but it's so hard to see, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. Yes, you did send me a bunch of pictures. Thank you. And so Julie says, so Mark says, I got to run. Thank you for spreading truth and great discussions. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Send me your stuff and we can talk. And Julie says, ooh, I want to see it. Okay. And then he says, I'll update you with a video tomorrow on the squirrel craziness. Awesome. And if you get a video of all the squirrels, I will share it. Cause like I say, I've been spending a lot. I have probably about 40 people to get a hold of for guests. And I've already booked some guests into January, but I love doing this because I get to interact with you guys and we get to talk and we get to hear other people's thoughts. It's just awesome. And I miss that. Like I told you guys a gazillion times, I used to, I gotta open Facebook, hang on. I used to do a show Monday through Friday on a previous network. And I used to do lots of shows like this and I miss doing them. Okay, why are you not giving me Facebook here, dude? Hang on, Facebook. I closed it. Oh, you're going to be nasty with me, are you? Hang on, guys. I'm going to go on here and see if it'll give it to me this way. Okay, Facebook. Why are you trying to? This thing is trying to open files. See, now we got spooky stuff going on, you guys. It's trying to, I have no idea why it's trying to open stuff. Okay, let's see if it's going to do it again. Hang on. That's what I get. Yeah, it keeps trying to open files. This is crazy. Let me close this, you guys. I'm going to open another tab and see what happens. Because it just decided it was going to search Google. Yeah, it keeps. This is so freaking weird. I don't even know what to do. Okay, let's just try putting Facebook in here and see what happens. Yeah, this is weird. Ooh, how are we going to do? I've never had this happen. Normally I would just restart my computer, but this is weird. Okay, I'm trying to type the I never should have closed it. Why are you guys not letting me type in here? This is just crazy. I may not be able to show it. No, I don't want. Holy cow, you guys, this is insane. Let me see if I've got another page open. Nope. This is not wanting me to. Let's see. Are you guys going to let me type anything in here? No. This is weird, you guys. Speaking of spooky, weird stuff, it will not let me open Facebook. Okay, so how am I going to do this? Give me a sec. I got to think about this. And Mark Foster says, I love this too. Miss it too. Have a great rest of the show. Take care, everyone. Yeah, it will not let me open Facebook. This is so weird. I'm even thinking, do I have a bookmark saved or something that I could do? No, I don't want to open 1,065 tabs. I'm trying to get it to let me open. Let me see. Okay, let's see if it'll let me type. Yeah, it will not let me type. Let me see if I could do it here. Yeah, it will not. This is insane. It will not let me type, you guys. This is so weird. I have never had anything like this happen. Let me try this way. I think there's a history I can go back and there is. Good. Okay, we found it. That's how I'm going to do it. Let's hope it works. Cross your fingers. Thank God I remembered there's a history for tabs that you've closed. Hi, Samantha Wolf. Yeah, Spirit's messing with me. I'm thinking so. No, Julie's going, I hear the theme to the Twilight Zone right now. And Samantha Wolf said, I can see you from Facebook. I guess you can because I can see you, Samantha. Okay, let's try this again. That was weird. Yeah, okay, give me a sec. Now it's playing my old video. No, we don't want that. We just want Messenger. Let me see if I can open Messenger or go to Facebook here. This is so freaking weird. Oh my God. Like super, super weird, you guys. Like now my computer's opening all these weird tabs and making my screen super big. Oh my gosh, this is so weird. Hang on, I'm trying to I don't know what's going on because my computer, I restarted it before we went live. This is weird. Kelly, I'm gonna try and open this. We'll see what happens. We may not be able to open it because it's not I don't know what's going on. This is a brand new computer, so it better not be messing up, I'll tell you that. Okay, let's see if I can go to my own page. Okay, yeah, now it just keeps opening tabs. This is so weird. Okay, come on, Messenger. I wonder if I put Messenger after. Let's try Messenger after this, you guys, and see if it'll open for me. Because I never should have closed the page. Oh, now it's not even going to let me do anything. This is so freaking weird. I think you guys, yeah, we have the ghosty ghosts here tonight. There is another way I can do this. I don't want to, but I can. Okay, this is what we're going to do. You're going to hear me log in here. You didn't do it. No, you didn't do it. It's because we're talking about spooky, creepy stuff. That's why. Okay, I can do it this way. It's just, you're going to hear me bleep in here. I don't know if it's going to let me upload the pictures. So let me go to StreamYard. This is so freaking weird. Okay, give me a sec. Okay, where am I on here? Now I'm jumping in here like from another device, and I'll see if I can play them from here, okay? If not, we're going to just have to save them for next week. You just saw an orb over my right shoulder? Did you, Kathy? Okay, we're going to allow this for a minute, and I'm going to mute it. Okay, mute. Okay, let me enter the studio. Okay. Yeah, not supposed to be on. Even though I muted it, even though I turned the volume down, did you guys hear that? Okay, let me see. I don't know if it'll let me share stuff from here though. Let me see. Yeah, you guys, I think we might be out of luck here because I'm looking at this and this is not letting me, unless, let me see, what could I do? Maybe I can upload an overlay. This is crazy. See, if I had Dave here, spirits need to behave themselves. Let Lorilei show the pictures. Yes. Let me see. I'll try history again. And we will see. I will go, because I'm in here, because this is not going to let me, yeah, it's not going to let, because that's why I don't use my phone to screen, like to share, because it usually doesn't let me. Because I'm looking. Yeah, it's not going to let me do it from here either, guys. I'll try one more time. We'll see what happened. Okay, Facebook is open. Let's see if it's going to do this again. Let's see if I go forward. Okay. That's the only way I can do it. It's going to be hard to see you guys, but hang on. I figured something out here to do. So let's see if we can do it. Okay. I think I figured something out. This is hard to do while I'm talking. Okay. We're going to share this. Okay. So Kelly, you said this was caught over a funeral home over top. Hang on. I'm going to, okay, add it to the stage, please. You guys, this, I swear to God, we got spooky people, spooky things here. This figure was caught. Oh, Kelly got a picture of it over top of a funeral home in Southern Ontario in Windsor, Ontario. There's another picture she sent. I just blew it up a bit for you. Let me make it a bit smaller so I can hopefully make this. Okay, are you going to let me do this? Let's see if you'll, oh, good. There's another one so you can see it where it was over top of the funeral home. That's the second one. Oh, believe me, I'm trying to problem solve this as I'm talking to you guys, trying 20 million different things here. My computer's never, this is a brand new computer, so it shouldn't be doing this. So I'll try and blow it up a bit bigger, but I wanted you to see the funeral home for a reference. So this was over top of the funeral home. Ew, that's creepy, Kelly. Ew. I'll go to the other one too, because the other one's, let me see if it'll let me do it. Okay, there. There's the other one. That one you can see even more. How creepy is that, you guys? Ew. Almost looks like a monk or the Grim Reaper or something. Holy cow. No, if I remember from the other one you sent me, let me go back there because I took a couple of them. So this is a figure you guys picked up outside the door at a friend's house. The next one's coming up. So hang in there, guys. They're just pictures. And make it small enough so I can get the arrow. Okay, this one's kind of hard to see, but you'll see one. I think it's the last one I looked at. So I'll try and make it big enough for you. God, this thing's creepy. I don't know if you guys can see this thing. It's behind the white post. But wait, so Kelly says someone had passed away with the funeral home picture where she took it. She said there was a funeral that occurred that day when she took the picture. Okay, this is at the friend's house. Now, this is nothing compared to, I think it's the last picture she sent. Like, if you guys saw this up close, like, it is creepy. I don't know what the heck this thing is. I don't know if we can see this guy. We'll see if we can see him better. The last one is the one that got me. Now that looks like a human, Kelly. This one right here, he looks human when you look at his eyes. It's going to let me go back to StreamYard. It's hard to see, you guys. I tried to make it bigger, but his eyes look human here. Like he looks like he's wearing a mask and you can see the skin in the eyes. And Kevin says looks like a kid standing behind the post. That almost looks human. But the third one, if I'm not mistaken, that's the one I went, oh my God. Because the other ones Kelly sent me are good, but I know because of the resolution on here that it's not that easy to see. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me if you guys think this is some kid, because I don't think this is a freaking kid. Ugh. What the heck is? Oh, I got goosebumps. Oh, I don't know why, but this thing is creepy. So Kevin says first one looked alien, second one looks human, yes. And Kelly says it does look like a kid standing behind the post. That doesn't look like any kid I've ever seen. That I am telling you, my skin is crawling, and it takes a lot for my skin to crawl. Like that. Oh, what the heck? What the heck is that? That like Kelly was it like Kevin says, oh, it kind of looks Halloweenish. So Kelly, can you give us a few more details? Like what made you guys think to take a look at this guy? Like was there noise outside, or like what was going on, and like what time what time of year was this? That is creepy. I don't know what that is, but I've known Kelly a long time, so she has paranormal strange activity like most of us sometimes get, and that is just ugh. Ugh. I like if you've seen these, because the first picture, if you saw it up close, it resembles this thing. Second one looks like somebody wearing almost a mask, like you can see the eyes except they're glowing. That is just creepy. Like I keep hearing in my mind shapeshifter. That's what I keep feeling. Okay, so Kevin says it looks like a skeleton face. Thanks, Kelly, for more details. So she says, I heard sounds coming from outside and I turned and felt a presence. It was close to Halloween when I took that picture. So she heard some sounds coming from outside, she says in the next comment. So was this just recent? So it could have been then somebody in a Halloween costume, but I don't know, for that to make my skin crawl like that and get creepy. Yeah, Kevin says they're all different. They are, but if you see them up close, Kevin, the first one and the third one look very similar. The one in the middle, it's not that it's so different, but you actually get a glimpse and it looks like somebody would be wearing almost like a balaclava, but like it looked like it was open here and the eyes are glowing. Hello, Shannon. How are you? Welcome for thanks for being here. Um, so I'm not sure. Let me take Oh, this thing looks like it's got a bull's nose. Like I literally keep feeling like this is some type of shapeshifter. And then Nicole says that picture is like professional special effects. Except that I know Kelly, and I know Kelly wouldn't send me a picture like that if it was faked. And she took it herself. Like I've known Kelly for many years. Her and her hubby Steve-O do stuff with the paranormal and ITC and all kinds of stuff. Like Kelly sent me other pictures. I just didn't share them because I know you guys won't be able to see them. I know kind of some of the stories from some of them. So Kelly added, the funny thing is that house is out in Blueville, Ontario, out in the boonies, so out in the middle of nowhere. So the chances of having some kid coming out to freak people out at Halloween would be pretty odd. So Nicole Thomas Ryan then adds super creepy. And then Kelly added, my friend did not have any neighbors around for a couple of miles. I'm not sure. Oh God, that thing is creepy. I'm not sure what the heck that is. But when I see that, like I know it's hard to see, guys, but when you see the nose, like the nose looks almost like a bull. And it's got this long stringy hair, and the eyes look like black all around it. Ugh, it's just gross. So well, feel free if you got it, Shannon. Yeah, send it to my messenger. I'll share it here if you want. I was going to close it, but I won't. If you want to send it to me, I'll share it. Because Shannon says my mom took a picture years ago. She's convinced it was a ghost on the highway. I am not too sure what. I think I'll send it to your messenger. Oh, she said she's going to look later. She might be working too, because Shannon's a nurse, and she usually on Thursday nights, as she's working, she works with the elderly. And as she's listening to the thing at the foot of the bed, I know with the iPad, she's got a whole crew on her floor that listen. They've named themselves this. We haven't. They're the paranormal poopers. Okay, she said she sent it. So hang on. Let me see. I'll see how well we can see it. Ooh, yeah, I'm going to be sharing this one. That's a good one. Thank you for sharing that. I hope you guys can see this one because holy cow. So, Shannon, you got any more details about this? Like where it was taken, when it was taken? It was taken by your mom. And I'll go back to Kelly's right here that we're showing. She goes, so it's definitely not a human. I could tell by the feeling I get from this, it's not human. When I saw that picture, I ran outside and there was no one around, but the energy I felt was not very friendly or welcoming. And I'd say, no shit, Sherlock. No, and I don't mean it that way. It's just like there's no way that thing like for it's something to give me the heebie jeebies that bad and my skin feel like it's crawling and it's I don't get freaked out. Sorry, I'm trying to make this smaller, see if I can get it. Oh, you're going to be nasty to me, are you? Okay, hang on, we'll see if it'll let me. Oh, because I'm on Kelly's, so hang on, let me see if I can go back. It might not have gone through yet. Hang on, Shannon, because I'm having trouble with Facebook tonight. Okay, let's see. Okay, I sent it. Oh, please let me show it. Come on. No, it's not going to. Okay, how we got to figure this out, you guys, because this is an awesome picture that Shannon sent. Come on. Let's see if I go back a bit. We'll go back. There's a ghosty one. Let's see. It may not let me share it. I'll see if I can try and open. Yeah, it's not going to let me go forward with my pictures. I don't know why. Let me see if I go down further. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, it doesn't want to show me the other picture. I don't know why. How are we going to get to Messenger here? Let's see if it'll let me go to Messenger. I let's try reloading and see what happens if I reload it. Oh yeah, this was some. See, you guys, I download all kinds of spooky videos for you guys. Okay, let me see if I go far enough. Yeah, it still won't let me go past that. Darn it. Let me think about this for a minute, you guys. I'll figure it out. Let's try new window. New window. Yeah, let's see if that'll work. You're gonna let me type. You guys will not let me type on here. I have no idea why it will not let me type. Okay, face. I don't want to. Yeah, for some reason it will not let me type stuff. I don't know why it won't. Let me see. I'll figure it out, you guys. Give me a sec here because I want to. Maybe we'll stop sharing and we'll try resharing again. Okay, I'll try that and see if that maybe will work. Let me come back here. Okay. Yeah, it's not you, Shannon. You sent it to me, unless it came through late for a moment here. Creeped out. There you go. Or not new. LO window should do it or close the window. No, Kevin, it's not letting me type in. As soon as I go to type in the address bar, yeah, it doesn't matter, honey. I got to be able to pull it up to be able to show it on the screen here. And that's the problem. When I open the window for Facebook, it will not let me. Let me see if I go back. Oh, maybe it'll go back to Messenger. Let's see if it goes back to Messenger, then we might be good. Come on. No, it's opening 20 million windows. There's something wrong with my computer here. I don't know what's going on with it. Oh, good. We got Messenger to open. I'll be able to do this, you guys. Give me a sec. Yeah, there's something weird going on with my computer tonight. I have no idea why. It started with the ghosty stuff. So hang on. Let's see if the picture opened. I think it did just, yeah, okay, it did open. Thank God. Give me a sec, guys. Okay. I'll close that one. I don't want too many tabs open. I have no idea why my computer's doing this tonight. No idea at all. Okay, we should be able to do it. Give me a sec. Sorry, guys, and thanks for your patience. Case and Lee, no, I'm using Chrome. That's what we have to use. I produce my own show, so we have to use that with sorry, give me a sec. I think this is one. We have to use it with StreamYard. I've never had this problem. This stuff all just happened tonight with us talking about spooky stuff. This is not unusual for me. Something weird to happen. Okay, I'm going to make this bigger. So this is what her mom caught on the road, on the highway. And she's convinced, if I'm not mistaken, Shannon, you said she's convinced that she felt like she caught a ghost in this picture, right? I'm going to take that comment off so we can see it. So I'm not sure what the heck that was. So what's the context behind it? Okay, so Shannon said this picture was taken on the Atikokan Highway about 8 years ago. So it's in northwestern Ontario. It would be like a 2-lane highway. There's not a lot of highway, like one way going one way going the other. And then Z Sun Dragon says, yeah, those are some creepy vibes behind that post indeed. Yeah, like I said, this is a brand new computer. I don't have any problems. I don't have anything on here. I use it just for streaming. This just all started to happen tonight. I had to restart it before we went live. I'll run a scan on it. I have Kaspersky and I have a bunch of other ones, but there should be no reason because I don't use this computer for anything but producing and doing the shows. I have other computers and devices for anything else. So Kelly says, that's how I felt when I took the pictures. I was creeped out too. Yeah, no doubt. So Shannon says her mom was taking pictures of the water and this showed up in the picture. So it wasn't like she saw something and took a picture. She was taking a picture of the water. Intriguing. Wow. Um, yeah, Kevin, it doesn't, I know you guys believe me, tech is a hobby of mine. Like, believe me, I won an iPhone a year before we got them in Canada. They just come out in the US. And I did podcasts before podcasts were even podcasts. We were teaching people how to use iPhones. I met up with 3 other Canadians. We used to do it weekly. Like, believe me, I have reformatted a whole computer, like wiped it, reformatted it. I'm not an expert, but I know quite a bit about tech. I've never had this happen on a computer before. I am not sure what it is. When I go to type in the address bar, it'll say search Google, try to type in even it won't type anything. It just keeps trying to open like, when you want to have an attachment or show something, like nothing was working, nothing. So the only way I can do this, I'll restart it and see, or who knows, it could be the energy with what we're doing tonight. But believe me, I usually know, like I have no problem doing this kind of stuff. And I don't usually have these issues. Um, I have no idea. Kevin, when you said not a new window should do it or close the window and open a new one, it didn't matter what I did. The only reason I remembered is I went into the history and then I tried reloading it. I tried everything. I kept going back and back and back and back on a new window. And finally, it brought me to the messenger tab. I can't type anything in the address bar. I have no idea why. No idea why. Kelly Hopkins says about your picture your mom took. She says that's definitely a ghost. And Kevin says it looks like it has a shadow, but it's a transparent blur. Well, and then Heather says there's been a lot of motor vehicle accidents on that highway. You never know. And that's true because where we live, right? And a lot of people don't understand in Northwestern Ontario, especially until you get to closer to Winnipeg and Manitoba, we don't have double lane highways. And believe me, these highways are treacherous to drive, especially like ones into Atikokan, which is a very small town and area. Like when you're driving, say from Thunder Bay, say west to Winnipeg, which is the next biggest city in the next province over, depending on how you drive, 7-8 hours, you can go in between towns and there's nothing but trees. There's no cell service. Like it's crazy, crazy, crazy. And Shannon says, whatever this is, it looks decapitated. In a way it does. You can't really see a head. And then let's see our rest of our comments here. You're not a techie person. Oh, Kelly, you didn't send me anything. No, not at all. And then Kevin says there's a shadow at its feet. Let me look at the picture again because yeah, it kind of does look like there's a shadow, but it's hard to say. If you look at this picture though, and you see it up close, it does look like it has eyes with what I'm seeing. So, and it looks like there's an image to the right of this and an image to the left, very, very faint, shadowy. Like it looks like a taller being with two that would come up to about its knees. Now, you guys may not be able to see that on StreamYard, but on the picture blown up that I'm seeing it on, you can see it. I don't know if you can see my arrow, but that looks like a little being there. That looks like another little being there. And in here, and you can't see it, it looks like two very round, sort of like same lighter color eyes. So no, it doesn't feel evil. No, I don't get the like that picture Kelly sent. I got the freaking heebie-jeebies. Like that just made my skin crawl. So no, I don't think they're lost either. But it's very interesting because, like I said, I don't know if you guys can see the arrow on the screen. And for people listening, Kelly Hopkins sent this to me. So she's on Facebook, and her husband, Steve O. Hopkins, they've got YouTube channels and stuff. I don't know if you've got these poster or not, just for anybody listening that's in audio. Now, this ghosty figure was from Shannon. So Shannon Casey, she's on Facebook as well. I'll try to remember to post these under my show on Facebook. And you guys can, if you're, say, a listener and you want to be able to see these, then if you get a chance, maybe hop over to Lorilei Potvin on Facebook, or I'll try and, it's probably where you'll see them. I'll try and post them there. So Kevin says many spirits there, it feels like. And Shannon says, I just feel sad when I look at it. I feel like it's a lost soul. Oh, you didn't creep me out that bad, Kelly. Come on. She goes, I didn't mean to creep you out that bad. And Kathy Hanley says it looks like it's holding a fishing rod. Um, I'm not sure because I'm not even 100% convinced that line at its feet is a shadow looking at it. And when I went back to it, I saw like it looks like if to me feeling this I don't know, it feels very maternal, this tall figure, and then the little ones at the knees almost feel like small children, like small, and again they're lost. I almost feel that too. I hope not. And I'll send them positive energy and love and and a picture of the light or whatever you feel, because there is no time and space on the other side. Holy cow, you guys, like, look at this. I'm almost out of time. I swear to God, these shows on Mondays and Thursdays are the fastest 2 hours of my life during the week. I love y'all so much. I'm so glad that you were here tonight. I really appreciate you being here. I hope you guys will join us on Thursday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the thing at the foot of the bed with my really great friend, and he's so talented, David Hansel. He's an angel channel and medium. I have no idea what we're going to be talking about, but it's going to be creepy and it's going to be spooky. We didn't get Christine's story in here. Maybe we'll read that on Thursday night for her because she sent that in. I think it was on the weekend, and it looks like an interesting ghosty type story. Now, if you guys are enjoying the paranormal and you want more of it, stay tuned because Philip and Julia Syracuse are coming up next with the Horsefly Chronicles, and they always have great guests and great spooky stuff like that. I'm so grateful for you guys sending in everything you did and everything you shared, because boy, that was some good stuff you sent in. And give Carrie Lynn a shout out too for sending that video from TikTok. That was an awesome video. And oh, does her show start tomorrow, Kathy? Kathy said, Hanley Little says, I'll see you on Faye's Angels. And Faye and Roger Garza were on our network before, and they've gone back to their platform on Facebook and YouTube. And Faye is, I think it's Faye Ewing Garza. I know what her last name is, but I think that's her maiden name in the middle, hyphenated. She's starting her own show called Faye's Angels. I will do my best, honey, but I will tell you, I have a long meeting starting at 4 o'clock tomorrow. And then an appointment, medical appointment that you can't make an appointment. You just go sit and wait. But if I don't catch it live, I will definitely watch the replay for sure. Because I was just on Roger's show on This Mug's For You, not the Saturday before. We hung out for about 3 hours doing readings and stuff. So it's on at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. So there's probably a really good chance I won't be able to be there. And I feel so bad about that. But I know the meeting I have is probably going to be about 2 or 3 hours. So I'll have to catch the replay. Anyways, love you all. Kevin says, great show, night all. Thank you for everything you guys share. Heather, you said, I believe there's a portal in the Sibley Peninsula. The energy there makes your skin prickle. We'll have to talk about it again. I don't know what we're doing for next week. We may have a guest. We might just hang out. I love doing this with you guys. Like I said, I have a ton of guests planned. They will be coming. I need to get a hold of them and book them. But we already got some people booked into January, and already Varla's coming back, I believe December 18th, Varla Ventura, for the winter solstice. It's going to be a lot of fun. So you guys, love you all. If you ever want to get a hold of me, guest idea, show suggestion, you want to book a paid reading, I do crystal Reiki, energy healing. I'm also doing mentoring, working on a course in the new year, be teaching about how to access your own gifts and stuff. You can get a hold of me on facebook.com/Angel Rock. 2 groups on Facebook, Paranormal University for all things paranormal, and the Angel Rocker Tribe for more of the spiritual stuff. I love you all so much. You guys are what makes this show so much fun, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you that are here. If you like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe. Much love and light to all of you. Stay spooky, and we'll see you on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good